Now, just how we used masks or alphas in conjunction with the mask pin, if you want to turn those off, just go to alpha off, make it back to dots, and now a mask pin will behave as it used to. And you can change that focal shift back to 0 if you'd like. So we're back to mask pin here. You can also do that with any of the brushes. So if we have our standard brush here, we can change our stroke to drag rect. And right now it's just going to drag rect out a basic shape. But if you take an alpha, and we'll do a star, you can actually drag rect out a star. Now again, it's fading as it gets towards the edges. So we'll take that focal shift, make it -100. And now we have a really sharp star brush. We can change that to drag dot. And now we can just drag out stars, perfect stars every time. So you can use that to your advantage. There's also a couple other strokes in here. Spray and color spray is when we get to poly painting, but you can spray on stars if you want to. And I'm going to go ahead and turn lazy mouse off for this one so we can just spray out stars. Now this one kind of looks like concrete or something like that, so you can use that to your advantage. We'll change this back to drag dot. So let's say we have this brush right here, and it's the drag dot standard brush, and we really like this. Let's say we're going to use this a lot. In fact, let's increase that intensity. And okay, this is the perfect star brush. We're going to use this all the time. I'm going to go up here to brush, save as, and it already kind of puts us in the area where we want to be. I'm going to go back to ZBrush Core. So see your program files, Pixel Editor, ZBrush Core. I'm going to go to ZBrushes, and you're going to see we already have some in there. I'm going to name this one Star Brush. And now if I want to get the star brush back, you'll see it saved it as a star brush. Now, kind of the bad thing about that is it replaced my standard brush. So if I go back here to my dot, stroke, and alpha off, now I have my standard brush that I want to use, and we'll change our focal shift down back to 0 here. So we have my standard brush back, but now I want my star brush. I'm going to go over here to my comma key, go to brush, and I have my star brush loaded here. I'm going to double click that, and now I've got my star brush. Now I have my star brush here and a star brush here. This is now actually my standard brush. It just kind of temporarily renamed it. So if I shut down my project, and before I do that, I'm going to hit quick save and then shut down ZBrush Core, start it back up, and go ahead and close this down, and I can hide that. I'm going to hit comma key, and we're going to go to quick save, and I'm just going to load up that last quick save. So now I've got my standard brush back. If I go to B, I got my standard brush. It's assigned to my hotkey that I saved earlier, which is Alt S. And then if I go to B, you'll see I lost my star brush. I can get it back though. I can get the comma key, brush, double click star brush, and I've got my star brush back ready to go. Make my brush size bigger, change my Z intensity, or hold down Alt if I want to punch in stars, and I've got a saved brush. Now let's see if this will work. If I take my star brush, you know what, let's change my star brush to arrow. So now we've got an arrow brush. Same thing, just with arrows now, and I really love this brush. So I'm going to go over here to brush, save as, and instead of going to ZBrush Core ZBrushes, I'm going to go to ZBrush Core Z Startup Brush Presets. Now I'll label this one Arrow Brush. I'm going to restart ZBrush Core and hide this stuff, and I'm going to go back to my quick save and just load up that last quick save here. So now if I go into my brush menu, I've got my standard brush, and you're going to see by default, whenever I started up ZBrush Core, I now have an arrow brush. So I can assign a hotkey to this. So every single time I start up ZBrush, I'll have that custom brush loaded up with my hotkey. So just a very, very easy way to have a startup brush load up, and you can assign a hotkey to it.